Okay. New stuff. I guess we could, like, maybe talk to Lancer? Maybe he'll tell us or something? Ilya... Sakura... I don't know. Sure, I'll talk to Sakura. Why not? The sound of rippling wind comes from the practice floor. Is the archery club holding a holiday practice session? It's been a while since I quit, but the sound of a quivering bowstring still stops me in my tracks. Although if a competition is coming up, it'd be best to leave them alone. At least Fujine or Sakura should be there, so just watching shouldn't be a problem. The one greeting me is the former captain, Mitsuzuri. And as I look for any other familiar faces, the present captain, Sakura, silently nods in my direction. She doesn't run up to me, I guess she's busy. Fujine, the advisor, seems to be absent. She says that, but the club looks just as full as on a weekday. The atmosphere is tense, as if everyone is meticulously preparing for a competition. I take off my shoes and step on the wooden floor of the archery range. Walking along the walls, I sit down in the corner of the waiting room. The club members seem to be aware of my presence, but being preoccupied with practice, do not look at me directly. I'm literally on a whim. Like a lot of the places I click on is really just on a whim. That is, it's a question of principle. Similar to a mental trauma, unable to do what was simple before, I guess. I turn to see what she's been looking at, still maintaining her bitter smile. Goddamn Yamazaki-kun. Why are you such a failure now? Anyway. Okay. Sakura's just being a good mentor, being a good teacher. Sakura briskly gives out instructions to everyone. Actually, I wonder, has it been been explored, like what Sakura would do in the future? I don't think she wants to be a mage, become a magus. That's what Rin wants, I guess, but I don't think Sakura wants to be like that. So I'm wondering, maybe she becomes a teacher, right? Was that ever explored, I don't know. She looks completely different from her usual self. can't remember. I don't know. I remember in Heaven's Feel, you know, where the one where she lives like a normal life and everything. Especially the one where, you know, Shirou is gone. He sacrificed himself. And Sakura lives a full life and everything. Does she, like, do anything else? I remember her, like, tending a house. I don't know if she becomes a teacher or anything. I don't know. I asked quietly so as not to let others overhear.
Sakura ってあんなに毅然としていたか?
じゃあ、エミヤはマトウがどうやってると思った?
Asked the question in return, I scratched my chin and thought. The way she usually is, it's really hard to imagine her as a captain.
腰にかけて、苦労事は自分で背負い込んじまって、孤軍奮闘してるんだけど、空回りしているかもって気がしてた。
まあ代替わり当初はそんな感じだったよ。
Mitsuzuri reminisces with a sigh.
マトウには部長の荷は重かったが、これで物になるのかねって最初は不安だったけどね。おせっかいにならないようそれとなく手助けはしてきたけど、ま、私の目は確かだったってこと。マトウも見違えるほどに成長して、今やあの通り弓道部の表看板。
Well, good for her. Mitsuzuri grins as if boasting about a piece of art she painted herself. When I first heard that Sakura was about to become the new captain, it took me completely by surprise. While I might not get a chance to talk to her, seeing how busy she is, watching her become one fine captain makes me pleasantly surprised.
次は3年の立ち連です。と、私たちの番だね。そこで私の勇姿をたっぷりと拝んでな、エミヤ。
Mitsuzuri stands up and heads towards the range. As I'm thinking to myself that her confidence is very well justified.
ああ、さくら。
休日にわざわざ見学に来ていただき、ありがとうございます、エミヤ先輩。
She comes to the waiting room and greets me with a deep bow. It's very, very like polite. Emiya senpai. Very like formal, formal greeting. My eyes widen. Sakura here is not the Sakura at home, but rather Captain Sakura of the archery club.
どうかなさいました、先輩。
I must have sat there dumbfounded for quite a while as she asks in a quiet voice.
私、何かおかしなことを言いましたか？
いや、何も。さくらが礼儀正しく挨拶をしたってのに、こっちが心の準備をしてなかった。いや、感心した。さくら、随分と部長が板についてるんだな。
そうですか？私がですか？
さくらが弓道部の部長っていうからには、
ええ、最初の頃は随分と三辻先輩方に助けていただきました。おかげで少しはしっかりしたでしょうか。先輩にそう言ってもらえるなんて。
マトウ部長、お願いします。
As we're speaking, someone calls Sakura from the range. That voice, it's Mitsuzuri's little brother. It looks like he's glaring this way. Isn't it, little brother? He's like, you know, he's aiming for Sakura. I don't know. Love rival.
1年の子たちが。
いいって。部長の仕事の方が大事だ。
Then again, I'm still kind of confused. Like, what? I mean, I don't know what Shirou this is, right? Because depending on the route, you know, Shirou falls in love with different people. Like in this Shirou, who's his route? Is it Sakura? Is it Ryder? You know, Ryder has become like a potential love interest as well. And Saber, Ryudo. I guess. Well, anyone else actually? I mean, I was gonna say Rin, but Rin is away, so I wonder, like, maybe, you know, Rin's not really an option because she's away. I guess. I don't know. I don't know if there is actually, like, different endings, actually, that involve, you know, that sort of thing. You know, the whole romance thing. I don't know. When I see Sakura off, the moment she stands up, her expression changes that of the club captain. I return the quiet bow she gives me on the way out.
Emiya senpai?
Emiya senpai, that's a weird thing for her to say. On her way to the Makiwara, Sakura looks back. Oh, a straw target.
なんだ？
こではお話がしにくいので、練習が終わったら帰りをご一緒しませんか？もし先輩に残っていただけるのでしたらですが。
了解。終わるまで待ってるから、しっかり部長業を務めてくれ。
はい、それでは先輩、また後ほど。
Sakura's changed a lot. When she came to her house, she was a girl that always cast her eyes downward and never smiled. It's all thanks to Fujine, as she's become so bright.
俺だって藤姉がいなかったら。
I was still just a kid when I took over Kiritsugu's house, and we used to fight a lot. But above all, it was Fujine who cheered me up the most. The fact that Sakura was able to become such a fine captain is probably due to Fujine's influence after all. Like a deity? Like a deity of good fortune, it looks like Fujine is someone our house cannot go on without.
Hi! みんなこんにちは!
Where's the Fujimara route? You know, she might be a love interest as well. I don't know. How old is she? I don't think she's that old. Oh.
いや、死ぬほど練習に励んでるか？おいやー、元部員のシロウまで揃っちゃってまあ、遊びに来たの？
She hasn't changed one bit. A bundle of light and joy that will shine until the destruction of the world. Everyone's advisor and idol, Fujimura Taiga, makes her appearance.
藤村先生、こんにちは。お邪魔しています。
まあまあ、ゆっくりしたまえ、エミヤくん。おもてなしのお茶も出なくて恐縮だけど。
Well, actually, going back a little bit, you know, a bundle of light and joy that will shine until the destruction of the world. Ironically, you know, whenever you think about when the world was gonna be destroyed, and a lot of the routes in Fate say now, she actually isn't around, so actually not. Well, actually, when you think about it in this game, though, well, I don't know. On the fourth day, you know, Fuyuki gets destroyed, I guess, by those weird beast things. And she's around, I guess. In a way, that's kind of an analogy for, I guess, this whole slice of life theme, you know, where like, you know, innocent, fun things happen, but also we're all gonna die. But no one really takes notice of that except Shirou and a few other people, I guess.
いえ、大会に向けて励んでいるところにそんな。
おーい、誰かお茶持ってきてくんないかな？
単に自分がお茶を飲みたかったのか。
That's right, Na's the archery club advisor herself. There's not an inkling of leadership that could set an example for Sakura. She's just like the Fujine we know at home.
遠慮しときます。それより。
もしかしてシロったら家の中にあんなに可愛い子たちを揃えておいて、まだうちの粒揃いの美人さんたちまで拝みに来たのかにゃ？まさか一番のお目当てはこのお姉ちゃん？
Maybe. That's what I was saying. I mean, come on, Tiger route. I mean, maybe deep down underneath this seemingly careless exterior, there's a strict policy that Sakura managed to scoop out? Could that really be it?
シロがまだこんなだった頃に初めて拝んだ私の剣道着姿が憧れの原風景だから、袴姿の女の子にはドキドキするの？
Ah yes, Kendo uniform fetish.
するのね。いやー、逃げてー！一年の女の子たちがみんな逃げてー！
藤村先生。
A thundering voice echoes throughout the range.
さくらちゃん。
藤村先生、ここは神聖な道場です。男女がどうこうという不純なお話は慎んでいただきたいのですが。
She always does the arm thing, you know? She stretches her arms and just moves them in front of her like that. It's weird.
それに先生は聖職者であることもご自覚ください。
Always does it when she gets nervous.
元部員とはいえ、見学者のエミヤ先輩にあまり砕けた態度を取られますと、部員たちに示しがつきません。
Amazing. Sakura's disciplined Fujine into total submission.
顧問がご迷惑をおかけして 申し訳ありません。
Although Sakura helped me out of that mess, I can't simply thank her when she's this angry.
いつものことだから気にしてないぞ。
いえ、部長として先輩にはお詫び。
マト部長、よろしくお願いします。
Mitsuzuri's brother comes at the most opportune moment to interrupt. But why is he glaring at me?
本当に失礼いたしました。
マト、ご苦労様。みのりのところに行ってやりな。
Mitsuzuri finally butts in. Although she's kneeling properly beside us, she still somehow has a careless air about her.
マトもな、よく藤村先生相手にビシビシ言えるよ。それだけでも私より立派な部長だなって。
お前は妙に藤姉に一歩を譲るよな。
まあやっぱり穂村原の生きた伝説だし、こっちの方では絶対にかなわないと尊敬する腕前だからね。
Mitsuzuri takes a stance with an imaginary shinai in her hands, a side effect of having belonged to a vertical society that valued physical strength above wit for a long time, I guess.
さくらちゃんは私の肝入りの子分だったのに。
Well, the apprentice has become the master, and now you'll be slain, and she becomes the new Sith Lord.
うわ、先生。それが部長になったら反旗を翻してたちまち下克上。お姉ちゃんの言うことを聞かない悲しい子に。2年前に四郎の退部でついえた私の第一次弓道部私物化計画。今年こそさくらちゃんで第二次計画の布石は完璧だと思ったのに。
What is this plan?
私の最大の天敵よ。
Privatization plan. What does that even mean?
そんな理由で桜を押したのか？
なので大御所の三辻さんが私の庇護者になってさくらちゃんから守ってほしいなーって。そんなこと言われても私も引退が近い身ですし、もう口出しも控えようかと。そうなの、三辻さんが卒業しちゃったら私はさくらちゃんに毎日いじめられるの。その時はほらうちの実りを残していきますから、盾にでも替え玉にでも煮えにでもお好きなように。
Yes, a sacrifice, a human sacrifice.
ダメよ、三辻君はとっくにさくらちゃんの人形じゃない。三辻さんは恩師の危機を見過ごす薄情な門弟じゃないよね。ね。ああ、それはま
あ負けるな三辻。
エミヤ、
この先の弓道部の趨勢はお前が握ってるんだ。
そうだ、お前が卒業までに私と変わってくれたら。
そんな理由で2年間俺を説得してたのか？
That's the only reason.
いや、それだけじゃないけどね。
藤村先生、
あう。
大会前の大事な時期に顧問がそんなことでは。三辻先輩も神聖な道場で何をされてるんですか？
私は何もしてない。それにマト、部長ならちゃんと顧問の手綱を握っておきなさいっていつも言ってるでしょ。
それは確かに。
待て、それは本当に部長の職務なのか？
いつになったらお前の卵の殻は破れるんだ。いい加減ひよっこ気分から抜けろ。
はい、申し訳ありません。
Okay, Mitsuzuri just flipped the situation.
いいぞー、いけいけあやこちゃん。
ふざけないでください。それもこれも元はといえば藤村先生がだらしないせいです。
やぼ、さくらちゃん怖い。その調子だ。いつまでも3年に頼るんじゃないよ。助けて三辻さん。死の危機を見過ごすのが三辻さんの武道精神なの？この薄情者。でも弓道の精神性は無我ですから。
先生、三辻先輩に振るなんて卑怯です。
Okay.
これは
私の手を煩わせないで、藤村先生。
私を一人にしないで、三辻さん。私を自由にさせてくれ、マト部長。
And so before I knew it, a power relationship not unlike a rock, paper, scissors game had been established.
いろいろとお忙しいようなので、俺はこれで。
はい、先輩。では今度こそまた後ほど。
エミヤ、藤村先生も連れ帰ってくれ。シロー、素直だったさくらちゃんを返して。
藤村先生。あ、先輩。校門のところで待っててくださいね。
マト部長、よろしくお願いします。
He's always interrupting. The hell is wrong with this club? I don't know.
先輩、お待たせしました。
But I guess we're also gonna walk home with Sakura. The ribbon in her hair flutters in the wind like a feather. Sakura comes trotting up to me like a baby bird that's found its mother.
怪我した子の手当てをしてたら時間かかっちゃいまして。
そっか、部長も大変だな。
I'm reminded of a time when, well, in Heaven's Feel, you know, I remember there was a time where, whether or not we promised to go home with Sakura after school, if we didn't, we would literally die. That's what I remember. I didn't think she'd take her new role as a captain of the archery club this seriously. It's as if a mask had been removed from her face. That's how I described Sakura today.
どうする？新都に寄ってくか？
If she wants to talk, we can take a long way there.
よかったら宮山町の商店街に行きませんか？
そこでいいのか？
Sakura draws the cell phone from her pocket to check the time.
はい、今なら夕方のタイムセールに間に合います。
そういうことか。なら喜んでいこう。
When you shop during a sale that attracts a lot of people, you somehow feel like you've gotten a better deal. Sakura nods enthusiastically, and with that, we hurry on our way. Okay. The hustle and bustle that the limited time offers attract is already here. With today being the Saturday before a holiday weekend is even busier than usual, and every register is overflowing with customers, especially like that one bald guy.
いい買い物ができましたね、先輩。
You know that one bald guy that's always here with the very simply drawn face? Anyway.
ああ、得したな。卵は1人2パックで、牛乳は1人2本までか。
荷物持ちさせちゃってすみません。
遠慮はなし。全部うちの食材なんだから。そっちも重かったら俺が持とうか。
へっちゃらです。先輩が一緒でよかった。
Our arms laden with heavy grocery bags, we walk through the busy shopping district. As one might expect of the two pillars of a kitchen-based household that are about to complete their provisioning run, the conversation quickly turns toward the well-worn topic of cooking.
卵と牛乳がたくさんあるのならケーキ焼くのもいいかも。
卵なら茶碗蒸しもいいな。
牛乳も消費量多いんですよね。みんな朝も昼も飲みますから。
さくらだって結構飲んでるよな。
そうですか？でも私胃腸は丈夫ですから冷たいまま飲んでもお腹壊しませんし。
It does for me because I'm lactose intolerant. I can't drink milk. Oh well. I can almost hear Tohsaka's voice from somewhere saying, "Oh ho ho ho! What are you gonna do with all that milk that goes to your chest?"
あら？
Sakura stops in the middle of the road and turns toward the Emiya bakery. The shop counter is overflowing with freshly baked obanayaki buns, with which the workers are arranging in neat rows inside the bakery case. Ah yes, I remember obanayaki. We had a bunch with Ryudo. For a date with Ryudo-kun. Their sweet fragrance wafts through the air, making my mouth water.
さくら、どれが食べたい？
私はそんな。
いるからずっと部活だろ。そんなに運動してて腹は空いてないのか？
それはまあ。でもお夕飯前ですし。
少しくらいなら家に帰って料理を作っているうちに消化するって。
そんなことないですよ。
そうか？武道家なら健単であるべきなんだけどな。
それに甘味は控えないといろいろありますし。
Sakura tries to cobble together a slew of excuses into one firm denial, but her eyes haven't strayed once from the obanayaki this whole time. Obanyaki. I should just end this the easy way.
というか、本当は俺が小腹が減ってるんだ。しかし一人で食べるのもなんなんで、さくらが買い食いに付き合ってくれると嬉しいんだが。
I just pressure her to eat food.
先輩、そういう気遣いは余計に恥ずかしいです。
まあまあ、俺たちだけじゃなくセイバーやフジネーたちへのお土産にもなるし。
すごい、そういう理由だったら完璧です。
よしよし、じゃあ買い物袋を持ってるからさくらが選んできてくれないか？サンキュー、さくら。
焼きたてでほかほかです。
セイバーたちには悪いけど、俺たちは温かいうちに食べちまおう。台所を預かる身としてみすみす素材の味が下がるのは忍びない。
そうですね。ちょっとフライングです。
Her previous hesitation gone without a trace. Yeah, what was all that about? I shouldn't eat some trees. And then suddenly, when she's able to, she's like wolfing it down. Amazing. Sakura eagerly opens the paper bag.
先輩は粒あんとクリームのどちらが好きですか？
じゃあ粒あんを。さくら、買い物袋を一つ持ってくれないか
？Sakura takes a bun from the bag and brings it to her nose, inhaling its fragrance. Oh, yes.
これはきっと粒あんです。
そうか。ちょっと待って。荷物を置くから。今手が塞がっていて。
はい。熱いうちにどうぞ。
Sakura brings the bun in her hand close to my mouth. The warm steam rising from it tickles my nose.
さくら、まさか。
してください、先輩。
Ah, seriously? Maji? Nope.
美味しいですか、先輩。
さくら、こういうのは恥ずかしくないのか？
Oh, hey, new CG. And that's what Obanaki looks like. Why did we get CG Ryu though, huh? Oh. Sakura is all smiles, but I'm so concerned about the stares we're drawing that I can't really enjoy the taste.
俺、子供の頃からこの商店街を使っているから、どっちを向いても知り合いだらけなんだよな。
Speaking of which, aren't these flowers, wasn't Lancer working here? Well, maybe he's not working here right now. I guess he's part-time.
そうなんですか。
そう。さくらは自分が知り合いに出くわさないって思ってるから平気なんだろうけどさ。
Speak of the devil.
あら、佐藤さん、家のお手伝い？
Or maybe she's just not embarrassed about it at all, really?
その隣の方はもしかして。それは内緒。
Wow, she's quite bold.
みつづりくんかわいそう。どうしてみのりくんがかわいそうなの？お邪魔しちゃ悪いですね。それじゃあ私はここで。 ちょっと待って。これで写真を撮ってもらえる？
Is this the same Sakura?
ですね。じゃあ、お二人とも顔を寄せてください。いきますよ。
This Sakura is so different. Normally she'd be embarrassed. Is this a fake Sakura? Or maybe she's just gotten more bold. Sakura's junior leaves to continue her errand, but not before glancing back at us several times.
恥ずかしさで死ねそう。
私も恥ずかしいですよ。けど、それ以上に嬉しいんで、多めに見てください。
She smiles radiantly. Can't say anything back when she looks at me like that.
先輩、クリームも美味しいですよ。とろけてほかほかです。
いや、俺はクリーム入りは邪道っぽくてどうも。
それは食わず嫌いです。
The sweet, lilting tone of Sakura's voice makes me gulp in an entirely different way. Though she takes the prize for the most level-headed member of our household, she can be unexpectedly frank when we're out on our own together like today.
どうしたんです？
No.
いや、別に。
弓道場でもびっくりしてましたよね。
ああ、バカみたいな顔してただろ、俺。
そんなことないですよ。今の弓道部は秋の大会に向けて真剣ですから、私も態度を崩せなくて、それで先輩を驚かせちゃったんですね。
秋の大会か。そんな時期なんだよな。
It'll never happen though, because we keep looping! Sakura! I must tell you, we're time looping. I still regret not being able to participate in any tournaments, since I quit archery in the summer of my first year.
今年って誰が代表で出るんだ？
先輩も気になります？ 3 年は三釣先輩、工藤先輩、久米原先輩のお三方。
お、そのメンバーなら鉄板だな。問題は三釣の村っ気ぐらいか。
そして2年は伊垣くんと私、的藤さくらです。
お、さくらも代表か。偉い偉い。
これでも部長ですから。
なるほどな。藤根は全国制覇も夢じゃないって言ってたっけ？
藤村先生はその前向きですから。
楽観的とも言うが。で、部長として自信のほどは？
私の自信ですか？そうですね。
Sakura takes a big bite of her obaneyaki and deep in thought.
地区戦進出くらいならなんとか。
大きく出たな、さくら。全校集会で表彰されるときは縁談のさくらを下から見守ろう。
私が生徒全員の前でですか？
そりゃ部長なんだし。そういえば3年代表にシンジがいないけど、あいつはどうしたんだ？
He's dead. I killed him.
兄さんですか？
ああ、去年の代表選手だろ？
兄さんは3年だからって引退を決め込んでて、もう練習にも出てきてくれないんです。
Okay.
あれ、そうなのか、あいつ。
Come to think of it, I haven't seen him at the archery range once since summer ended.
たまにはどうですって誘うんですけど、兄さんたらあの調子で。
Well, you know how it is. You know, he's totally not just 6 feet under his corpse buried in our backyard. She talks about Shinji with a faint smile. It wasn't too long ago that Sakura expressing her opinion of Shinji so openly would have been unthinkable.
怒って手を挙げてないよ。
No hitting, eh? I remember, yeah, in the in the Fate Stay Night playthrough again, because I had the patch, it was probably the old version of the patch, which censored the H scenes but also censored the mature language. And in this visual novel, Hollow Ataraxia, now I have the patch that does like have an option to cover the H scenes but also allow the mature language. So yeah, that's one of the parts that I guess I maybe might have not mentioned in the Heaven's Feel playthrough. It was more explicit that Shinji was just beating Sakura, like literal domestic abuse.
いえ、そんな。三辻先輩からは手ぬるい、もっとビシビシ叱ってやれって煽られますけど、まだまだ先輩ほど強気にはなれません。
Yeah, but I guess they're referring to that right now. No, Sakura, I didn't mean from you. That was ominous.
大丈夫ですよ、先輩。
Hmm.
兄さんも昔の兄さんじゃないですし、私も昔の私じゃありません。
As I said, Nissan is dead. He's not what he used to be. He's not living anymore. Sakura smiles as she bites enthusiastically into a bun. Not a trace remains of the fear that once crippled her. Well, good thing that Sakura's happy now. At least, assuming, I don't know, this time loop thing is weird though. We'll see, I guess. I don't know if is this happiness fake? Is this fake happiness, or I don't know. Sakura tells me all about the archery club as we walk. About how surprised everyone was when she offered to do the cooking during the training camp. The time the younger members dragged her to a bowling alley for the first time. Oh yeah, that's what it was. Training camp? I don't know, that was the word I was trying to remember like a while back. I was thinking like what was happening in the very beginning of this game? This visual novel anyway. There's like a ghost story at a training camp. That's what it was, right? And then I guess that was the prologue right before the time loops started happening, maybe. The day she taught her massage skills to the club members to good reception. How she caught Mizuzuri's brother and gave him a full body massage after his shyness made him try to run away. Full body massage for Mizuzuri's brother, eh? How Mizuzuri just watched from the sidelines, grinning the whole time, and how all he could do the next day as a side effect of the massage was roll around on the floor. What? Roll around on the... What is... I don't get it. Why? Roll around on the floor? I don't know. I don't understand. And anyway, Sakura stops suddenly, and I follow, side by side. We take an uninterrupted view of the sunset over the town below.
初めてですね、先輩。
初めて？
はい。こうして先輩と一緒に下校して、一緒に世間話をして、一緒に食べ歩いて、どれも初めてです。
I see. Sakura came to get me. We walked to school together every day, but we were always busy with club activities or part-time jobs and never got the chance to go home together.
ようやく願いが叶いました。
I guess the wish upon the Holy Grail.
願い？
君の願いはようやく叶う。うん。
はい。友達とか部活とか自分のことを先輩に話せるようになるって、それが夢だったんです。
Maybe this is all a dream. This is actually a dream. All this is fake. Sakura made a wish on the Holy Grail. This is all her fault or something, maybe. I don't know. That's my guess? Maybe? Probably not. Because I'm thinking like Heaven's Feel, because we've seen the word Heaven's Feel a bit, right? So I'm thinking like maybe this world is like a continuation of Heaven's Feel? Maybe not. I don't know. I did remember in the end of Heaven's Feel, like a few bad ends, at least one bad end, I guess. She did mention she had the power to like trap people in like these weird worlds. She trapped like Rin in particular in a world where she suffered the same fate as Sakura, right? That sort of thing. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe not.
私にはたくさんありますから。先輩といろいろしたいこと、あれもこれもってずっと願ってきた夢が。
Maybe it's just a wild guess, but it feels like that's the implication.
欲張りですか?
Yeah, like everything is going great for Sakura and everything. Well, it's going great for everyone though, so I don't know. Maybe it's not really like that.
そんなことはない。さくらに叶える夢があってよかったと思う。
Well, maybe she suddenly felt shy since she took another obanaki and crammed it into my mouth. Another obanaki?
これクリーム
We're gonna run out of obanaki. I thought we were gonna save some for Saber and Fujine. Sakura is busy trying to step on the tall shadow the setting sun throws in front of her and doesn't hear a word I say.
私って幸せですね。
Oh well. I close my mouth without another word. It tastes a lot better than I expected.
今日は一緒に付き合ってもらってありがとうございました、先輩。
こんな安いことでいいのか
No, not exactly, but...
じゃあ今度は清掃して豪華な場所でお食事をしたいですね。
A high-level demand for an equally high-level restaurant. Yeah, I'd say that's doable. I don't know if I can make it happen right away, but as soon as I get the chance, I'll be able to grant this wish of hers too. I hope.
よし、クラシックでゴージャスな食事だな。待ってろ、なんとか実現してみせる。
はい、気を長くして待ってますね、先輩。
Okay. Interesting scene. I don't know, a few interesting scenes at the very end there. Exchange a small promise with Sakura. What's a good place for Sakura's wish? No flag there. Okay. Let's go for a walk with Saber. It's another night. We can now go to the station first. Still can't go to church. Maybe we have to go there last or something. Go here for now, though. Well, there aren't that many people in front of the station. Evening rush hour is long since over. From what I've seen, no more than one person exits the station every half hour. But even though there aren't many of them, pedestrians do pass by, and that's the problem.
シロ、どうしました？私を見るなり、眉間を押さえつけたりして。
What worries me is this. Luckily, there was hardly anyone out in Miyama, but in front of the station, an outfit like this stands out too much after all.
なんでもない。異常はなさそうだし、場所を変えよう。
まだ着いたばかりですが、以前ならこのままオフィス街に回り、工場地帯まで足を伸ばしたはずです。調査の手を緩めるとはシロウらしくない。いつもの神経質なまでの徹底ぶりはどうしたのです？
What did happen?
いや、それはその通りなんだけど。
I know it's not like me, but it's hard to feel motivated to go out and search to find out what we're supposed to be searching for. I wonder what Saber thinks of that.
なあ、セイバーはこの巡回をどう思ってるんだ？
どうも何も、私はシロウの助けになることを第一としていますが、町の異常は気になりますが、それは町そのものに敵意を持つものとは思えません。むしろこの異常はすべて。
And she says no more but lapses into a meaningful silence.
セイバー？なんだよ、気になるじゃんか。遠坂じゃあるまいし、意地悪して話を切らないでくれ。
いえ、そんなつもりはないのですが、仮に敵がいるとして、それが悪意を持つものだとしたら、それはすべてシロウに向けられている気がしてならないのです。アーチャーがあなたを狙撃したように、他のサーバントたちもあなたを狙うかもしれない。
いや、そうなったら恐ろしいけど、一応他の連中には確認を取ったぞ。大抵のやつは戦う気はないって言ってたから大丈夫だとは思う。例外はアーチャーだけで、なんか俺だけ敵視していたけどな。
Yeah, that makes sense. Why would Saber say, like, everyone is targeting Shiro? What does that mean?
なるほど。アーチャーはあなただけを敵視していたのですか？
Yeah, only Archer. Everyone else seems fine, but I don't know. Saber is briefly lost in thought.
シロ、やはり真剣に調査をしましょう。山町には異常はありませんでしたが、信徒には何かほころびがあるはずです。
And with that said, Saber marches off towards the plaza, her steps suddenly a lot more determined. And the sight of Saber is a scary sight, but having her walk around looking like that is just as frightening. To stop her when she's in that state will take a I quite can't say that. Herculean Herculean effort. I'm gonna say. Funny word he's using, because there's a literal Hercules, you know? Just like standing in the forest at night, right now. Oh well, I might as well get down to business and take a look around the office district. Okay. We find nothing, though. We'll have to wait for another night to see what happens, maybe. Okay. Ilya, station front, Ryder in the real worlds. Let's talk to Ilya. We haven't talked to Ilya for a while. Why not? Why not? Okay, we take her window shopping. Or maybe not, that was not a window, that was an actual door, I guess. No later than she produced that joyful utterance, Ilya dashed into the shop. My voice can no longer reach her. Well then, it seems I've been left all alone in the storefront, but I am pierced by all kinds of stares from around me. This is a boy's prohibited fancy shop, and the discomfort is nothing to joke about. An urge to flee takes over me for a brief moment, but I can't just leave Ilya behind. Ilya returned to lead me inside by the hand. Only with that did the stares from around me soften up a bit. To begin with, we're here simply because she asked. During one of her raids, Ilya saw Saber for usual stuffed lion. After teasing Saber for a while, I get bullied, oh no. And thus we're here to buy Ilya a stuffed toy. Saber's lion is a unique item. Fujine won it at the game center, and I can't get another one like that. So instead I'm going to buy Ilya a stuffed animal she likes. Well, leaving that aside, she does look charming in her own way as she examines all the various toys. Siblings would be impossible. Our hair and eye colors are completely different, and we look nothing alike, even though that's actually the truth. We are just siblings. We're too close in age to be parent and child. Well, going with the most appropriate. Flattery or not, I think Ilya is cute just the way she is. FBI, open up. But then that doesn't extend to the part about Berserker and saying things like, I'll just kill you, haha. That's where terror surpasses it by a wide margin. Ah yes, a criminal. Oh great. What on earth did Tohsaka teach her? On the other hand, it's a perfectly logical assumption after seeing me walk around places like these together with Ilya. If I get spotted by a classmate, who knows what kind of misunderstandings will happen? Well, it did happen before actually. Ryudo, I think. Well, a rumor with no basis to it will stay just that, a baseless rumor, so I should maintain my dignity. We've been through this, Ilya. Stop asking. Ilya clings tightly to my arm. I take back what I said. There's no way to do this in a dignified manner. As gently as I can, I shake her off my arm, staying as discreet as possible. Apparently dissatisfied my answer, she puffs her cheeks and goes back to looking at stuffed animals. Eventually, she finds something cat-like and turns back toward me. Would you call that a cat man or something? At any rate, that's the toy she's holding out in front of me.
だらけた猫にしか見えないな。俺にはぬいぐるみの良さはわからない。イリアがそれでいいと思ったんならいいんじゃないか。
何言ってるの？シローの新しい体になるんだから真面目に選ばないとダメじゃない。
And the funny thing is, she's not joking. Come again? What did she just say just now?
イリア、ちょっと待ってくれ。それはどういう意味だ？
内緒内緒。ああ、こっちも可愛い。いじめがやりそう。
Just look at the few bad ends where Shirou probably does get transferred into a stuffed animal in Fate Stay Night to know that she's not lying about that. Her eyes happily move on to the next toy.
逃げようかな。
Yeah, I don't trust Ilya. I already hate myself for thinking that I couldn't leave Ilya behind just a moment ago. No, that surely was a joke, for sure. She's just kidding, haha. But to be on the safe side, I better splurge on some dessert on the way home, just to curry her favor, haha. Ha ha ha. Ha he ha ha. Anyway. Ooh, wow, that was a lot of new scenes. I'm gonna talk to Assassin. Mitsuzuri, I guess she's visiting. There's Ryder, there's her. You can talk to Lancer. Blah, blah, blah. A lot of things. I'm interested in Assassin, actually. We haven't talked to Assassin for a while. Let's talk to him. At the top of a long flight of stone steps stands the Ryudo Temple Gate. The gate guard here is rather stubborn and difficult to deal with, instead of something like lion dogs or Neo statues.
今日はいるな。
The figure of Sasaki Kojiro, Assassin, comes into view. Having never gone to the town, he has literally disappeared within the temple gate. An imposing character like that in broad daylight with temple visitors around would be rather odd. Fortunately, no one but espers should be able to see him, or so you think. Well, espers. Out for a casual stroll, I ended up coming all the way here. I wonder why. Despite having the day off, I bet Issei still went to school. Even if I go out of the way to offer him a cheerful greeting, the chances of being able to get a conversation going with Kojiro are slim. Kojiro himself only glances towards me. Hiding no ill intent, he shifts his gaze elsewhere. But you know, after standing guard all day long, you can't help but be bored. A job where you don't do anything. Even if that's an exaggeration, I can't fathom how tiresome that must be. I feel sorry for him.
今度差し入れでも持ってくるか。
I mean, I guess that's what he said last time, you know? Bring like Saber or Ryder or something. He doesn't look like the kind of guy that dislikes drinking. Should I take some from the main temple building? Suddenly, Kojiro stands up. Behind me, I hear somebody going up the stone steps. Out of breath, they make frequent stops along the way. Wondering who that might be, I hide behind the gate and take a peek. Well, again, we're gonna be eavesdropping? Huh? Well, Kojiro aside, there was no need for me to hide, I just followed along. Okay, Saigasa. As she's having a rest just a few steps before the top, I see a familiar face. Saigasa? Is she alone? Once recovered, she slowly conquers the last bit. The guard in question, Kojiro, gazes at Saigasa silently. Her epic ascent finally over, she looks uneasily, not noticing me yet. But she sees Kojiro, and I do recall hearing about this somewhere. Yeah, was it like, well, a friend of hers, Himuro, right, mentioned that Saigasa saw a ghost, and is Kojiro the ghost or something? Well, she speaks up, a hint of fear in her voice. Oh, can't blame her. Not when this how you say that word? Anachronism? Yeah, anachronism? Anachronism of a swordsman stands in front of her, and not a single TV crew or signboard in sight. Actually, I'm a little bit confused, actually. Is he transparent right now, or... I thought only espers could see him, or was that a joke? I don't know, anyway. I guess he's materialized. Okay, so I don't know why he was transparent. I don't know.
こんなこと聞いては失礼かもしれないんですけど、お祭りでもあるんですか？
A very Saigasa-like straight pitch. She must be inquiring about Kojiro's antique-looking clothes. Yes.
祭りか。この寺にも来歴があるようだな。キャスターはそう言ってはいたが、いつのことかは会いに行くとな。
What kind of history, I wonder? Saigasa ponders, tilting her head to the side. Oh, hello, Dessen. I guess exclamation mark watch time, exclamation points. I don't have any of that, I don't think. I guess that sort of thing you had to get like bots for? I don't know. I only have very basic like night bot. I don't know. Points. I've heard there's like Twitch points that people have been using, like similar to the points that I guess some streams have, where you're like you spend time in the stream and then you get stuff, I guess you can spend on. But that's like a thing that Twitch has been doing with other streamers. I don't know what's gonna be coming out of that. Anyway. He seems a little off-put by his blunt-mannered speech. Perhaps it's about time to interrupt him. Just as I'm about to make an appearance, Saigasa's unexpectedly persistent stance stops me in my tracks. The way things are now, this is not a good time to come out again. Yet again, Shirou's just like being a creep. I don't know. He's just like eavesdropping on people. But
津田小次郎と。
じゃあ小次郎さん、お似合いだと思いませんか？
Oh, Sushida Kojiro. He's using his like fake name, I guess. Sushida? Stop making up weird names. He thinks she might get suspicious if he called himself Sasuke Kojiro while wearing that outfit. Well, he might be like playing a character, I don't know, in a movie. It's what do you call it when an actor is like being in the role even outside the movie? Like, I don't know, I can't remember what it was called. I don't know. Those point systems are weird. Why would anyone need a reward for watching a stream? I don't know. I guess it's just an extra thing. It's like a little like mini game that people play, I guess, you know? I guess it's to keep people's attentions and everything. I don't know.
最後さゆきかと言います。
ではユキカ殿、私は彼女が旦那に構ってもらえずに焼いているのを見るのが数少ない娯楽だったのだよ。昨今はその意味ではいささか面白くない。
Oh yeah, method acting. Yeah, that's the word I was thinking of. Method acting. Anyway. You are a wicked man, Kojiro. However, I can sympathize. Being perpetually assigned to guard duty while Caster strolls freely around town would put anyone in a foul mood.
そうなんですか。
何？これはかぶいた私の好みだ。君のようなあどけない娘から祝福されると知れば、彼女も喜ぶだろ
う。Muttering thus, he sits down on the stone steps.
あどけないですか、私。
She really is, though. Or rather, she really is, though she wouldn't notice it herself. But despite her nervousness, she still sits down beside him. Okay?
小次郎さん。やっぱり私の見間違いじゃないですよね。
While saying that, Saigasa runs her hand all over Kojiro's costume. While his face may remain stone still, he's definitely troubled.
マキちゃんやカネちゃんはお寺の山門にお侍さんなんかいないって言うんです。でもやっぱり本当にいたんですね。
Okay.
彼女たちが来た時は時が悪かったのだろう。
He mutters in bewilderment, staying beside her. Befriended by a cute little puppy, even Kojiro finds it hard to be unkind.
本当ですか？いつもお堂の中に？
いや、山門の上にな。あの上で参詣の客に不心得者が紛れていないかを伺う門番役だ、私は。
He isn't exactly lying, but he isn't quite telling the truth either. Of course, he'd be reluctant to talk about servants and so forth in the first place. He does have common sense.
それだからお侍さんみたいな格好をしてるんですか？私、秋のお祭りの出し物のお稽古をしてるのかなって思ってたんです。
I see. While Kojiro sits there dumbfounded, Saikusa's face is sparkling with an innocent smile.
すごいです、小次郎さん。本当にお侍さんみたいです。その後ろの長い刀って本物ですか？
Oh, let me show you, and then he slices you in the face. Okay. Hearing that it's a real sword, Saikusa leaps back. Oh no, it's a crazy samurai man. No wonder, when you think about it, seeing a man armed with a real sword right in front of you is a bit of a shock. Even my thick-headed self would be perturbed in that situation. Is it even legal to, like, wield a sword?
手向かわぬ女子供は切りはせぬ。
でも警察とか大丈夫なんですか？
Yeah, I don't imagine it'd be okay to just have a literal sword equipped in the modern era anyway.
自社はもとより守護不入の地だ。心配はない。
What century is that from? Gathering her resolve once again, Saikusa timidly goes back to sitting by his side. The flow of the conversation is interrupted, and silence sets in. Yet there's definitely a friendly air between the two of them. As I watch from behind the gate, I suddenly feel rather embarrassed by this act of voyeurism. Yeah, you've been doing this like a few times already, Shiro.
小次郎さん、その
何かな。
もしよければその
Listening to this makes me nervous. I mean, Saikusa is talking to a guy out of her own will. So what is that attracts her to Kojiro? Is it his slightly greater than average audacity? Had Makadera been here, there'd been more than a violent uproar, no doubt.
今度マキちゃんとカネちゃんに会ってもらえないかなって思うんですけども。
Does her friends, I guess maybe her friends think she's crazy because she's been saying this as a weird samurai guy at the temple gate, but no one believes her.
その二人は君の友人か。ああ、金とやら彼女の方は見覚えがあるな。
Kojiro's nodding, but his face remains stern.
本当ですか？カネちゃんと小次郎さんってもうお知り合いなんですか？
こちらが一方的に見知っているだけだ。その時は上にいたものでね。しかし、さて、どうしたものか。私のような世捨て人と面会したところで、なあ。
He lets out a light sigh. His dramatic attitude looks nothing more than an attempt to relieve some boredom at the expense of Saikusa's naivety.
ごめんなさい。私そんなつもりじゃなくて。そうですね。
She seems dejected. It would take someone like Makadera or Tohsaka to extract a promise as overbearing as that.
ユキカ殿。
それでしたら今度私の弟たちに会っていただけませんか？
それはなぜかな。
Yeah, why them?
きっと弟たちも本当にお侍さんがいるんだ、すごいなって驚いてくれると思うんです。だからその約束してくれたら
Having said that much, she stays silent. Not that makes any less forceful. Hearing promise, the word causing her anxiety, a faint smile appears on Kojiro's face. There's no way Saikusa would know the way of the promise that binds his body here.
ユキカ殿には弟子がおられるのか。
はい、私が一番上のお姉さんなんです。
Interestingly, he says, I don't know, it says Dono, Yukika Dono. And he said, Miss Yukiga here. I don't know, it's weird like translation thing. He said Yukiga Dono right here. Yukiga Dono. And then here is wrote here Yukiga Dono, written as Romanji, but yet he used Miss Yukai over here. I don't know. Anyway, just like a small thing I noticed. It's inconsistent. The praise causes Saikusa's cheeks to light up bright red in an instant. She's flustered once again.
そんなことないです。みんなやんちゃで言うこと聞かなくって食いしん坊で私を困らせてばっかりで、いざ連れてきても小次郎さんに変なこと言っちゃったりしないかって不安で、私すいません。その
Why did you want to bring them in the first place then?
ユキカ殿が慌てることはない。時には昔日を思い出すのも悪くはないと思うてな。
Nodding like that, Kojiro's getting dramatic again. Twisted as he is, he can still weave in a glamorous quote. Or did he actually mean it? If that's the case, I have greatly underestimated Saikusa's skill.
本当ですか？
気が向けば顔程度は見せよう。とはいえ、夜の訪問は物騒だ。日中であれば、いつかの機会に。
じゃあ、また日を改めて弟たちと一緒に来ますから。すいません。こんなことをお願いして。
She bows deeply. In the end, despite wanting to leave, well, I guess it's alright. So I really did end up just watching them. Kojiro knew it, but it's rather rude for me to be peeking on Saikusa. As quietly as possible, I take my leave.
さて、境内をちょっと見ていくか。
Okay. That was weird. We just watch Saikusa talk to a weird samurai guy. Alright.